If you checked out my latest top 5, you're gonna know that Ravenous Cliff Demon Hunter is actually the best deck for easy legend right now. So in this video, I'm gonna give you a quick guide about it, talk about mulligans, win rates, and general tips so you guys know what to do with and against it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, would be awesome if you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And also don't forget you can check me out live on stream each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Now let's check out the deck.
You are not prepared!
We used this deck on the last coaching session top legend with Jadis, who is an 11x legend player, so even though the games are not in high ranks just yet, still know these are top legend players we are facing, because that's how hidden MMR works. This is the deck we used, and it has been a pretty standard classic list nowadays for quite a while, and the interesting cards in here would be Broxigar with the Portal as well as the Axe of Scenarios, because that's the fabled cards, and we also have Elise, which for it to get activated we need a 6-drop like Climbing Hook, and a 10-drop or 9-drop like Briarspawn Drake or Ziliax. Thanks to the Portal we already have the 0 mana checked, so that does stitch things together for Elise to be easily activated. The cool thing about the Briarspawn Drakes here instead of Ziliax is this is one extra shot for you to actually get lethal outs when you do things like Califero or Cliff Dive, but the Ziliax variant is just as good and a little bit more defensive, so the choice is yours. Going through the deck itself, we have Portal of Argus, with which you could be messing up a lot of the opponent's stuff, like if you're against a mirror matchup, this is going to be an extra Death Rattle minion for them to be summoning out a Ravenous Fell Hunter, or to get discovered out of Return Policy, so that's going to be pretty nasty for the opponent. This also messes up things like Resuscitate for priests, and so on and so forth. It's all around not a great card for the opponent, and also it does give you card draw for you. You're never really gonna see Broxigar. So far I haven't ever played a Broxigar out of this deck, so neither will you most probably. The red cards are great to help you with the board control. Duskpiercer also pretty nice, fishing out your Death Rattle minions, and the only Death Rattle minions you have are obviously Blob of Tar and Ravenous Fell Hunter. It's also a nice weapon to be having ready for whatever. If you already have your Death Rattle minions, you might just keep it so you're actually ready to attack as soon as you do something like a Cliff Dive or a Califero or straight out a Eladari on 7 or 8. The Grim Harvest helps you with the card draw, and getting the minions in a couple of turns also not the worst. Infestation is a great card to be handling early game aggression. You could be going face with it, you could be developing boards with it, all around not a bad card. The Return Policy would be amazing, usually to get yourself the 5-mana Ravenous, as long as you have played a Ravenous. This is important. This card does need the minion to get played for it to be showed here, and also for the Ravenous to give birth on the board, you already need to have a Blob of Tar dead, so make sure all of these boxes are checked when you are playing Return Policy. In some niche cases, you might even use it for a Duskpiercer if the Blob of Tar is playing hard to get, and that is definitely gonna give you plenty of card draw as well as an extra weapon for you to have equipped, and that can be nice. The Wavering Slumber is usually amazing for a couple of extra minions, but in some cases you could use it for the 2 damage AoE, just don't forget it kills also your shit. The Blob of Tar is arguably one of the best defensive early game cards nowadays, and it's also an amazing thing to be having because it's so sticky and it does go wide on the board, and this is a great way for you to actually have a good situation for your Califero to have a lot of minions to summon. It's obviously amazing on curve, it's the card you are looking for in the early games, it's the card you are gonna hope for to get out of Duskpiercer, and it is the card that Ravenous Fell Hunter is gonna keep on summoning over and over again. The Dangerous Cliffside is also pretty neat in here. You could be using it to chip the opponent's face, you could also use it to control the opponent's board, and also you could be using it for easy extra couple of minions on a potential Califero turn. So what you do is click location, go face with it, and then Califero, hopefully get yourself a couple of Eladaris and hero power the opponent's face, and maybe even use another Dangerous Cliffside after that. If you don't have any Eladaris in the deck anymore and you're hoping for a Mech Pterodon or Briarspawn, however, you might actually want a hero power and click the location a second time before you do the Califero play, as long as you have the mana, of course. Elise the Navigator is great in this deck. You could be using her for 1 mana, get yourself a copy of Blob or a copy of Ravenous Fell Hunter. In some cases you could use her for 5 and heck even 10 mana, and if you go for 10 mana you could be using things like Eladari Inquisitor, get a 10/10 copy, maybe give +4 on everything and just kill the opponent silly. But it could be a very flexible card again. It really comes down to the matchup, and in the end of the day it comes down to the options Elise does give you. In certain cases it could give you some absolute nonsense like gain armor, +2 spell damage, Death Rattle 5 damage, and all sorts of other useless things. So it's not a guaranteed you're gonna get the amazing things, but usually you are gonna get some good things. Getting the rushers out of her can also be nice, so you can actually last long enough in the fight. And it's also a great way to actually have yourself a lot of things on demand for a potential Califero play. So if you have something like the 5 mana, get yourself 3 rushers with +2 attack on everything, you click that, you play Califero, and you could actually use the 2 damage you have on your hero to go face with a bunch of Eladaris. Elise. The Ravenous Hunter, pretty amazing minion, but for it to work, like I said, Blob of Tar does indeed need to die, so if this thing gets hexed, that might not be super great for you. Also, if it gets silenced or hexed itself, it's not gonna be that amazing either. And it is a little bit on the slow side, like if your opponent has a bunch of stuff ready for it to go face and you just play a Ravenous Hunter, well, they're just gonna ignore this guy and you are gonna be taking all of that damage. And what this deck does suffer from is healing. It doesn't really have much of it. The only sustain you could have would be something like Elise to give you a bunch of armor, or to discover a spell with a discount that could give you a speck of healing. And Axe of Cenarius also gives a bunch of healing, I guess, but not that much. And you could be using this axe for card draw, by the way, don't forget that. I actually kind of skipped over it. But yeah, you could be using the axe to kill portals or any other minion, and that is gonna draw you a portal, and the portals themselves do draw you cards, which is kind of cool. The climbing hook is also pretty nice. As long as you have a big minion on the board, this thing doesn't lose durability, so you are going to be having a beating stick forever, basically. And it's also the 6 mana card I was talking about, which would be helping you activate Elise, and it's also not a minion, so it's not going to be messing up things like Califero or Cliff Dive, so you don't need to be running something like a Bob, let's say. The Cliff Dive, pretty decent still, even though you do have some low rolls like Elise, for instance, and Califero. Both of those would be very bad for you to pull out of something like a Cliff Dive, so that's why it's super important to actually look for Elise early on. And yeah, basically always try to keep her in the mulligan, because you don't actually have a way to actually fish it out. With the Cliff Dive, you do get to decide if you want to kill the minion or not for it to shuffle back into the deck. Just make sure to be playing a Cliff Dive when you're ready to go face with your hero, at least, so you can benefit from Eladari's phase damage. And also make sure to be playing the Cliff Dive when you actually have a shot at killing yourself, your Blob of Tar on the board, or your Ravenous Hunter, because if it's just a bunch of 1-drops on the board, maybe it's not going to be such an amazing Cliff Dive after all. Califero can be pretty amazing, and the only real low roll for Califero would be Elise the Navigator, so again, that's why it's so important to look for her in the mulligan, and it's also a great card on curve. So yeah, with Califero, you could have a full board of Eladaris, you could have a full board of Macterodons, Briarspawn Drakes, heck, even Ravenous or Blob of Tar would be okay. For him to work, however, you need to be smart about how you position yourself on the board, and you need to have yourself some sticky stuff, so doing something like a turn 6 or 7, couple of return policies for a bunch of 2/4s would be the way to go, or just put yourself a Ravenous, or a 5-mana Elise location, or at least a Dangerous Cliffside, or a Blob of Tar. The Eladari obviously can be rushing minions and also go face as long as you attack with your hero, so make sure to be playing it when your hero is ready to attack, and make sure to be mindful of your weapon swings, because in some cases this is gonna cost you a turn. Macterodon is still pretty decent, dealing free damage across a couple of turns, and last but not least we have the Briarspawn Drake, which at the end of the turn is gonna be clapping a minion, and the excess damage goes face, which could be nice. And this thing also happens from Cliff Dive, I think always nowadays. Back in the day it used to be a 50-50 or something, I don't know, but now the Briarspawn Drake does indeed do the damage, which could be nice. For the matchups, we have quite the populated lists, and things like Spell Demon Hunter apparently are not going to be great. Discover Hunter can also be kind of rough, but the rest really is great, including Midrange Shaman, which is one of the more popular matchups out there, and same can be said for Dragon Warrior. When going first, the weapon would be MVP, the Grim Harvest for the card draw, straight out Blob of Tar, the Portal, Wyvern Slumber is great, Infestation for extra damage, Elise the Navigator, like I said, could be huge, and technically Axe of Cenarius could be a consideration, and straight out Ravenous Hunter can also be amazing if you already have a Tusk Piercer or at least a Blob of Tar. On the coin it really isn't much different, but here I'd say Wyvern Slumbers is even more important because you could be flexible with it, but the rest is kind of the same deal. That's gonna be it for this deck. It's not that expensive, it's not that cheap, but definitely it's pretty strong, and if Easy Legend is what you want, this would be the deck for you. I hope you found the guide helpful, and if you did, you know what to do, but now let's check out some of our games on our road back to Top Legend. Hope you enjoy. Sitting on the rank floor, gotta take them L's, huh?
Of course.
Omen versus Sai! I'm cold as ice.
Begin.
Begin!
Keep the blob.
Yes, Elise is also a keep, especially against the Death Knight. They are gonna be slow, so Elise is always a keep in this deck, because if you don't, you could pull it off out of things like Cliff Dive and Califro and those are pretty shit, so keep the 4s.
Okay.
Not really gore 4, but you could check out my Chrono Druid video. It's not the list with the Druid action, but with the Protoss action, that is, but still pretty decent. Okay, Hero Power away. What the hell is that Hero Power in the history? That didn't look like that before. Right?
No. No, it wasn't that way.
Anyway, Grim Harvest away. You got yourself the Death Rattle minions. And the Death Rattle weapon too. Can't say no to that. That's about it. Technically speaking, we're not in a hurry to get ourselves anymore Death Rattle minions right now, so we could consider just hero powering and then equipping the weapon so we can maybe have it for a little bit longer. In this case, just Dusk Piercer into the 2-1 and play the Grim Harvest. I guess we could have Grim Harvested first, but still. Okay, couple of big men. Yo, this guy's the Dragon Stegodon Death Knight, by the way, so he is a little bit dangerous. But the way we're curving, I think we're kind of fine. As long as he doesn't curve out crazy good. Blob away. On the right side, because the left one's actually gonna happen sooner. And do we care about killing a 1-1? We do, so that he can't easily kill a taunt. So kill a 1-1. Okay, next turn to Ravenous, sounds about right. Realistically speaking, we could also just Elise and maybe get a copy of the Ravenous. But he is kind of pressuring us, so I don't think we can be this slow, and he's probably gonna ignore the 5-3 anyway, so you're still probably gonna be able to copy it. Yeah, just go with 5 mana Ravenous, and the Poison can kill it a 5-5 instead. It has a little bit too good of a trade on the board, so we don't care that that 1-3 is keep on buffing. Problem with our deck is we don't have too much in terms of healing, so we gotta get this thing done quick. He's gonna freeze a couple here, not the best, not the worst. And this 5-5 is probably gonna take some damage to get healed, so that'd be cool. Could have freezed his own face or our face. What the fuck are you doing, Stub, bro? Why didn't you freeze our own face, you dumbass? Wow, that was stupid. Does he not know he can freeze faces with it? Anyway, 4 mana at least for 1 mana.
4 mana at least. Between the taunts? Or...
I remember this place well.
And...
Getting a copy and armor would be cool.
1 mana, okay.
There's the copy.
Get the copy. And no armor.
I'd check for a spell for potential lifesteal.
Okay.
Play it between the...
In the middle?
I guess, sure. Use it on the 5-3. Wow, nice positioning game.
Red card?
It might be good, because this guy is probably gonna tempo Death Rattle against us. Sure, grab the red card and save it for later. And Hero Power Face.
And face.
The Discover of Fel spell was also kind of tempting, but I think this is just straight out good. Looks like a GG to me. Nice targeting.
Hurry up.
Ooh, we're getting close. Kinda don't want a return policy. This guy doesn't have Bob though, right? So maybe return policy for the 5 mana is not such a bad idea.
Okay, do
Or
that.
actually, hold up. Am I getting baited again to think about equipping a weapon right now? Because next turn Califero does have odds of Philodaris. I'd do it. It's a 50-50. No, it's actually 66. So yeah, go for a weapon. And doing this actually guarantees you're gonna get the thing. Because next turn it's Eladari like that. Yeah, play it, hero power, and no, I guess Infestation as well and go face with everything. But I would have, yeah, though, do it. I would have rather included a Garishi here instead for 1 extra idiot on the board, but technically speaking, next turn location does give it an extra idiot, so it's actually fine. Thanks. Yeah, that's not how that one's going, Chief. Well, it's just guaranteed lethal if you play Califero. We don't even care to attack first because it's nothing but 8 damage, so 24 to the face. We could have gotten even more with the location, but we kinda don't give a fuck. There he goes.
Yeah.
Off he fucks. We had this guy covered on so many bases. All his bases were ours. Not a rogue, this time for real though. This time for realsies.
Chains cannot hold me.
What do you want to do?
Okay, Blob, Infestation, Wyvern.
Yeah.
Either the Legion dies, or I die with it!
Okay,
Hero
just
power
hero
away.
power. We have a good curve, at least. Okay, Grim Harvest.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Wyvern.
Yep. Templar, okay. Good to know.
Blob on the
Blob
right
on
side.
right. Mm-hmm.
And go Fizz.
Mm-hmm. All of our big men in hand kind of fucked. Feels like the game's trying to communicate.
Yeah, after this we can change the deck.
The game's trying to communicate and fuck you code. Can't wait for the full board of Elises.
True.
Yeah, let's just
Okay.
infestation, shoot everything face hero power.
Okay.
A full board of Ravenous Fell Hunters wouldn't be the worst, and full board of Drakes also could be lethal. Problem is he can just play himself a 2 damage AoE idiot right now. Welcome to the stream, Welds. Wouldn't mind top decking Cliff Dive. Or a Ravenous, I guess.
Swiftly.
What's your top deck, bitch? Fuck. Okay. That doesn't do what you think it does, dumbass. Or is he setting something up for next turn? That ain't the worst. That does allow it for 8 damage next turn, so as long as we're not dead, he's dead in a couple of turns. Yeah, equip the
Okay,
weapon,
so-
hero power, face everything. And we could consider a return
face
policy
also.
here. Face is going face for sure, yeah, but should we return policy to fan out? Return policy for another Tusk Piercer.
Okay. That's versa.
You could even equip it.
Okay.
That's about it. Okay. How's it going, Cooney? Welcome, welcome. Did he do it?
Now this is treasure.
Fuck. So I guess that's what he set up last turn, huh? Fuck. That's not that bad, actually. Right now you get the coin out mag, and that's gonna help you big time. So yeah, coin out the 8 mana mag, and the 2-1 attacks, and that's all. Okay. What do you want to do here?
I think Ravenous could help because he has the other Zodiac, so he will heal anyway.
Yeah, it's Ravenous plus the free mana return policy for another Ravenous. And this time we have it nice and loaded. At this point we don't care about attacking with the weapon because you kindly got all of them in hand already, so just pass it. At this point Califro is a 50-50 for Briar Spawn or Bullshit Elise. Hey,
It's
happy to hear, man.
99% Elise.
Do be like that. Oh shit, this could have been a full board of King Lame too. Kinda totally slept on the fact he has Garona in this bitch. Okay. It's a 50-50. It's a fucking 50-50 is what it is. Alternatively, we could just go with Eladari here and call it a play. I'd say that's better.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
so
play the 8 mana
poison.
Eladari. Sure, poison it. Eladari into the other one.
Yeah, Eladari into the other one.
Everything faced with a hero power.
How long can you hold me?
The Dread-Eyed Wolf moves for rejected power.
Does he have the destroy? At this point, he's not able to play the thing though. Actually, no. Is he able to play another 3-5? Feels like he is, isn't he?
Yeah, because of the... No. Ah, okay.
Which one does he have an extra copy of?
To the mid-shield. 3.
But still dead, isn't he? Is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep at it then. That was kind of rough. Game definitely had a mind of its own on this one.
I want to be a warrior.
These chains cannot hold me.
What thought? No, the Grim Harvest is good. So just keep
Grim
the
Harvest
Grim
is
Harvest.
good. If this guy turns out to be Control, Califro is also gonna be insane. If it turns out Dragon might not be so insane, but it still could be great. I would roll the dice and hold Califro on Grim.
Okay.
Okay, hero pair away. Oh, show man. Games be gaming today. He is dragon, it seems. He's not quest that much, we know. You can still grim it up. Next turn we get the weapon.
Proportions look good.
Weapon, hero power.
Given you already have the Death Rattle minions anyway, I'd say hero power first, then equip weapon.
Okay.
But face, don't wanna damage that before we're ready to kill it. This guy playing a weird enrage list apparently, not straight out dragon. Blob it up. And face it up.
Face, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Behave, you rotten drink.
Looks like we've got a fight for the ages.
Sure. Can't say no to those. Idiot. That was funny, but not for him.
Versus Inge!
A final song for your final fight.
These chains cannot hold
Perfect. Just toss the Eladari, everything else is great.
Yep. No.
Either the Legion dies, or I die with it!
You can put down the portal and kill it with a weapon.
Okay, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasure of fool!
My turn ends ere long.
Grim,
Might as well.
and don't attack.
In this case, you can. You can put down the portal and kill it.
Okay.
Turn 4 Broxigar, guys. Hope. Imagine if it gets that lucky. Where them blobs at, though? Where them blubber nuts?
Feel your blood run cold.
Ew.
Welcome to the end, friend.
That ain't too bad, but neither is the Waver and Slumbers for
Still
a couple of
Waver.
shits. Welcome to the stream, Eldrijo. Yeah, actually, if he didn't attack, this thing would have been ready for whatever right now. Guess he hasn't played Cryopractor before. That's kind of cool. But not cool enough just yet. I'd still just... Technically speaking, if you do go with access scenarios, this allows the Broxigar real freaking fast, but fuck that. Let's just get infestation and kill the 4-5. Don't attack with the last rusher though.
Okay.
Hey, happy to hear, Eldrijo. Happy to have you in the stream. Welcome, welcome, bud. That's fucky. Bit fucky in it.
Then location and hero power.
That does clear
And we
these
could kill
shits.
both.
Yeah, let's
at
try
least.
that. Sure, do that. Alternatively, we could have just equipped Axe of Scenarios that would have allowed it a Cliff Dive in a next turn, but still, use it, hero pair into the 1-1, use it again. And kill them things.
Yes. He has our blob.
He's on the blob. I'm watching way too much Jimmy Carr. Finally.
We could coin the X and the blob.
Yeah, maybe we do it. Okay, a 1-1 attacks into the 2-4, then you kill it with your face.
With the X, yes.
And coin out a blob on
Then-
the right side.
Coin. First, use the location or it doesn't matter.
Yeah, kill both the 1-2s with the location, I guess.
Okay.
And put down the blobby boy. That's about it. Thank you very much for the prime, Eldrigo. Appreciate ya. That's fucked. That's what you silence? You sure about that?
Fights are brewing today.
Peter Winter with the raid. Haven't seen you here before, Peter. Thank you very much for bringing your lovely community over here. Welcome, welcome, Peter.
Welcome to my end.
This guy's trying to get a little bit annoying. Hold up. Blob of Thor is not considered as a death rattle right now, huh? That's kind of fucky.
No.
I mean, he's not dead yet either. I think he is still considered as a death rattle, by the way. But he's not dead right now, so I'm not very keen on that play.
Yeah.
I'd still give Cliff Dive a try.
Yeah. That was my thinking as well. Cliff dive.
Okay, that ain't bad at
Okay.
all. The 2/4 can kill off the 4/4. The rush one, that is.
Thought. And 8 the 0/2 and go face with the weapon. Or we
Played a 2-mana third portal, the 0-mana third portal. The 8/8 kills it, your face goes face, and the 2/4 kills the leech.
yes.
That's about it. Okay, we like that.
And now we have a dead blob in the Ravenous.
Yep. Starting to pick the nose up. Thanks again, Peter, for bringing your community over here. Hope you had a wonderful stream, and looking forward to checking out your content. If you guys want to do so as well, here's his link. Quick little shout out for him. Give that man a check. And if you guys don't know who I am, I'm Kris05, Hearthstone streamer, coach, and YouTuber. So if you guys are serious about Hearthstone, might want to check out my content out over at the YouTube platform. We're doing some good things over there. A fresh new top 5 meta report right out the oven. Still steaming. What's also steaming is this pile of cards we call a hand.
Yeah.
Eladari could go face again. Alternatively, we could go for some return policy shenanigans. We do have 2 Eladaris in there, so technically speaking, that would be almost lethal, but not really.
Yeah. So play Ravenous and return policy in
We
this
could.
order.
Technically speaking, yeah, that's what you could do indeed. Sure, I'd go with that. Ravenous into return for another
return.
Ravenous, and the poison can kill off Isera, I guess. I don't think we care about Neri much, because he doesn't have any 1-mana spells. He could have some minions, but who cares, and you could just go face. Ziliax would like to know your location. Let's see about that. Would be hella funny if you top deck Califra and that doesn't give you a lease.
We want too much.
Feel your blood run cold.
Nocturnal right now is not the dumbest thing in the world, but it's not super amazing either.
Cliff dive again and weapon.
Dive is kind of questionable. You could technically just kill off your Elise, so we know she's gone, but... Play another Ravenous Hunter, the right one.
Yes.
The 5/3 kills itself into the 6/5, the 1/2 poisonous kills the Ziliax. And hero power into his face, 2/4 kills the 3/2 and equip a weapon. Not that a weapon is that important at this point to be equipped, but who knows, maybe we could get some Grim Harvest and
We
whatnot.
We have still 2 Illidars in the deck, so...
Yeah, but no, thanks for that. I guess he's setting up a corpse explosion.
Okay,
The
but
citadel
he's
No.
dormant.
Still could.
The citadel
Doesn't. Questionable, my guy. Sure.
Why? Okay.
That's not a bad red card, actually. Yeah, let's red card the 2/6 and the 1/2 poisonous can kill off the 8/8, and then we can see what's in that Cliffy.
Okay, let's check Cliff.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
Okay. Hero power face everything. We don't even care to rush, they're just dead to the free damage anyway.
Then just pass.
Mm-hmm. Next turn we have lethal with the Mech Pterodon plus weapon hero power, but it's a Death Knight after all. He might prefer to suck or something. Still lethal. Fuck. Hold up. Would Briar Spawn be lethal and Bob? Oh shit, we don't even have the free damage. Well, equip the 6-mana weapon, crack the infestation, use the 2 damage infestation into the 4/2 so he doesn't heal.
Yeah.
Oh shit, this thing's actually only 5 damage, I thought it was 6. Hero power goes face, and you
Now
can...
it's 6.
You can also Garishi Swarmer his face. No need to rush.
Yep.
Okay.
Just pass.
Yep.
I see to you.
Yes. Neato. Can we get some win streak going?
Would be nice.